All right, people. So, I got to see this really just, oh man, this really nice little indie film called Ali and Ava. Right, it's the new piece from Clio Barnard, who wrote and directed it. It's produced by Tracy O'Royodon. Um, Cinematography is Ollie Brickland. It's edited by Maya Maloffi. Music is from Harry Escott. Uh, yeah, our cast. Well, we've got Adele Actor as Ali, right? Alora Torshia plays Runa. He's um his now ex-wife. We got Krupa Patani plays Uzma, his sister, and Vinny Dillon plays Jamelia. I think that's his mum, right? So then we also have Ava, right, who's played by Claire Rushbrook. Um, she's got two children. Michelle, who's played by Mona Goodwin, and Callum, who's played by Sean Thomas, who is married to Dawn, or is Dawn his girlfriend? I mean, they're together. And Dawn is played by Natalie Gavin. All right, so that is all right. Now, the gist of the film. Well, people, this is it. Right? So, Ali, an exuberant music enthusiast and landlord, is struggling to keep his recent separation from his wife a secret from his family. Ava is a pragmatic, middle aged teaching assistant and matriarch to a large and close knit family whose latest grandchild has just been born. Yeah, she's got five kids. Right? Callum and Misha are the main two that we kind of see more often. But yeah, you got five kids. It's crazy, right? Um, when a chance encounter unites them, Ali and Ava begin a tentative friendship formed around their shared love of music that quickly blossoms into an unexpected romance. Right? So yeah, that's the film. And yeah, it's this thing that just and it's so nice, right? It is like a little flower, right? That you're watching open up in front of you. You know, it just makes you smile, right? It just makes you smile, right? Interesting. They kind of use this um this scene of Ali on standing on top of his car dancing to music, right? I forget the song. I don't know if it's a song that's out or if this was created for the film because I haven't heard it. But then I don't know, man. I'm not up on music as I once was. But yeah, we have him dancing on the car. It's foggy, and he's just like, dancing. And we cut to this scene throughout the film, right? It's this little kind of bookmark, as it were. But we kind of open with that. Then we have Ava. She's at home, and she's with the kids. But she's got three kids in school, as well as Callum and Michelle, right? And yeah, she's trying to get them going. They don't want to leave. She's holding Callum's new baby. She loves the fact she's a aunt. Would that make her an aunt? A grandma? I don't know. I don't know why. All of that shit. I always get it mixed up and confused. But yeah, she's basically yeah, Callum and Dawn have a kid and she loves this kid. Right? So this is how we meet Ava. And then we cut to Ali again and he's talking with Runa. Right? They're trying to work out living arrangements. They're standing in the kitchen and they're talking. He's like, look, are you okay with this? And he's like, yeah, no, it's fine. It's like we're roommates. And, but, you never know what's going to happen, right? She's like, no, we split up. It's over. And yeah, so like, I mean, it's not said, but you understand what's happening here, right? And I think it's a situation, it's like religious, it's a whole religious thing, right? Men and women aren't meant to live together and all of this, but when you're man and wife, you can. And like it's just this that kind of shows you what kind of person Ali is. There's a lot that really show you his nature, and he's just a nice, sweet kind of guy, right? Now, the reason he's trying to keep their separation quiet because, as I said, if everyone finds out, then she wouldn't be able to live there, and he's trying to let her live at the house because she's studying, she's at university, and you know he's just like, well, yeah, I don't, having to hit you with that extra cost, that's silly. So just stay here, and we'll just keep everything quiet, right? And you think it's decent, right? Because a lot of times you don't want to see your ex. And I think, especially in their situation, it's like, oh, you just imagine how tough it must be. Um, but yeah, so that's that, right? And yeah, Ali's he's a landlord. He's got loads. He's got a lot of properties that he looks after, and so we see him stop by, do work in some and help out and do all of this. And he says it in the film, right? He knows his tenants so well that they're all kind of friends. So he's often dropping off their kids to school, right? And one day he's picking Sophia up, this little girl, and it starts to rain. Oh my gosh, the rain is coming down. So, he opens the door, he gets Sophia to run into the car, and then he sees Ava, right? Thinking, you know what? Get in the car. I'll give you a lift home. And she's like, I shouldn't, which I get, right? I think it's probably that teacher parent fraternization kind of thing. I mean, she's a teaching assistant, but I guess it's still, looked upon as the same thing. But he's got away. He's got away, and he convinces her to get in the car, and so he drives her back, right? And you just straight out that gate, they just flow with the conversation. It's one of those, where you live. Oh dear, oh dear. That's a shitty area, isn't it? And they just make you fun, and it's like they've been friends for ages. So they're vibing, they're talking, and it's all cool, right? And so we see that, but yeah, they're just friends, right? They're just helping each other out. Now it says they get to with their love of music. I don't know about that. I don't know about that because their music tastes are terrible. They have terrible, both of them, terrible taste in music. So to call that a love of music, I don't know. I don't know. But yes, so that's nice. But there's all these conflicting things, right? So it's he likes her, she likes him, but his ex-wife is living at the house. He's trying to keep that relationship, the fact that it's split up, secret from the family. He lives next door to his sister, right? He's always at his sisters, like, talking with, hanging with his mum, like, so they're in each other's lives a lot. So that kind of definitely limits what you can do, right? So there's that. then you've also got Callum and Misha, right? And yeah, there's hesitance on that front, which really does impact this story, and it makes it interesting because, right, there's something Michel says which gets countered by Ava, but it's something you hear a lot, right? When people say some stupid ass shit and you're like, wait, hold on, but aren't you? Oh yeah, but they're the good ones, right? You often that kind of bullshit. So you have that. Then you have this thing with Callum that is it's that thing, right? Where kids have a certain viewpoint. And so stuff went down with Ava's ex-husband, which Callum doesn't know. Doesn't know because he was too young, right? So she's hidden that from him, and there are these brutal reminders around the place. So all of this is kind of interfering with Ali and Ava, right? It's there. It's messing things up, right? There's a confrontation with a sword. Yeah, in Yorkshire, we have a sword, right? It's just like, wait, what the fuck? What's going down? But all of it is met with this really deft script, right? That brings these characters to life in just this really genuine way. Right? You kind of feel that these people, right? You've met these people. You know what I mean? It just works in that fashion, right? You're fully on board with everything that's going down. I think you understand it, right? It makes sense. Makes sense. A lot of the hesitation, all of that. And I really respected the fact that when dealing with these past situations, it's not just a typical route, right? Because you often have, right, an ex living together, or just breaking up, and it's just a mess and they hate each other and it's just vile, and it's not. But this isn't that, right? When you learn about what went down, you'll be like, yeah, that I get it, right? That makes sense. And I think especially after what had happened, right, you think, yeah, not many people do last after that, right? So you have these things and you think, yeah, no, this feels so real. Feels so real. Right. And the conversation they have is like this fun conversation. It's not just silly all the time or serious. There's this nice blend in it all. The things that happen, watching the new moon, just all of these sort of little things that we see, it all fits together to tell this really nice, compelling story, right? That's what we get. And even with the end, I think like this thing happened, which again, you get, right? You understand. And it's just like, oh, what? How do you fix this? Right? How does this now move on? And then the way that they did it, I really liked. I really liked because, yeah, sometimes there's usually, right, in this sort of film, usually you'd have someone run and make this grand gesture. You know what I mean? This big statement piece would have to happen for then the next thing to happen, and it's all a bit like, but that's not real life. That's not real life. And yes, some people will do the big statement, but sometimes shit just works out in other ways. And so we get this thing go down, and that's it. and that's how it ends. And you're just like, yeah, that feels right. That feels right. Sometimes, with some films, there's certain things that go down, and you're like, yeah. I think if that happened in another film, you'd be like, nah. But that is the perfect thing for this. And that's what happens with this one, man. Ava and Ali is just a really nice film. It's like a hug, right? It just makes you smile. Like just the silly things that happen, and then the sadder things, what I mean, the more intense things. They really, because of the way the film is, I mean, the impact of those things is even greater, right? It hits you even harder, and you just feel for the characters, man. You really do. We have some great performances. Great performances. You know what I mean? Everyone just kills it. As I said, the script is great. It's definitely a film that you should check out, and you can, right? So it it was at the Royal Festival Hall today, and it will be there again tomorrow. So Thursday the 14th, you can see it. But it's at 3 p.m. It's at 3 p.m. So yeah. If you're not working, if you're on a half day, you finish uni early, then boom, go check it out. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed. I don't I don't see an actual release date yet. Don't see an actual release date yet, people, unfortunately. But, follow the information in the notes, and I'm sure once one comes, you will see it on all the related social medias and websites and what not. Okay? But yeah, Ali and Ava, definitely one to check out. And I could see this being on people's repeat lists. You know what I mean? I think it's that sort of film. So yeah, people, get a little nice in your life,